N4 DTB. Calling the Thursday night Holston right unit. My name is David and I'll be your net control. Is there any emergency traffic from the net? Please call net control at this time. Take any announcements for the net. Please call net control. Now take any check-ins for the net. You're welcome. Please check into the Holston right unit.
Net control, please check in Kilo Delta 4 Whiskey Mike X-Ray KD4 WMX Ken and Quiet Lodi.
Hey there, Ken. You're sounding great this evening. D4 WMX, I have you. And next station, please call net control.
Net control, check in N4NT, November 4, November Tango, Adam in Bristol, Tennessee.
N4NT, I have you checked in. Good to hear you on. Next station, please call net control.
Please check in Kilo India 4 Echo Charlie November. Kilo India 4 Echo Charlie November. Mike and Gage 4.
There, Mike. KI4 ECN, I have you. And next station, please call net control. Go up and pick up Ken. KD4WMX, how was your day today?
Well, good evening, David. Nebels on net. This is KD4 WMX Ken and Quiet Lodi. It's not quiet now, I'm talking on radio. But had a I guess I'm gonna hand out candy to our nieces and nephews because nobody ever comes up the driveway to get candy from us, so maybe that'll change this year.
Let's hope it. Let's hope. Let's hope it does. But if not, it's still good that you're able to pass out to family. All right, Adam. N4ND. How was your day today?
Well, good evening, everybody on the net. Had a pretty good day today. Just got some more handyman work done around the house. Sink drain that's in my kitchen sink that started leaking again, and I had replaced the gaskets and all that stuff about a year or so ago in it. It started dripping again, so instead of I got one of the ones that screws and a push against the ring. I was one of those. Knock on wood, it was doing good. Put in a new light fixture in my kitchen. So got a little bit today. Worked a couple of countries on a couple different bands. Picked up one more on. It's been an uphill climb. I got 6 more, and I'll have 100 on 80 meters, which will give me. That's what I'm monitoring it right now and working on 17 meters over on. But I'll turn it back to net control. First I'm checking in, so I'm not sure how the format goes. So I'll turn it back to net control in 4.
I hate you're having some issues with the one gasket. I tell you though, them things can go out. I'm surprised you can go out pretty quick. And Adam, it's more of a rag to. I normally what I do is I'll normally do it like a normal net, just to ask how the day was, and then see if there's any more check-ins, and then we'll go down more as a Rag 2 roundtable, where you just pass it to the next check-in, and I'll have several different questions. It may not all be on one topic. All right, Mike, KI4 ECN. How was your day today?
I'm sort of having trouble copying the signals coming in and out down there. I understand it, but I had a good day. Had a few things. Put some propane tanks around. He also had a garage here. It's me in here, and it feels real good. I'm going to go ahead and clear out, because I don't know if I'm coming in. I won't be around for the round table. I'll just go ahead and check me in out there. Okay, out for you, so you back to Mexico.
I'm there, Mike, and I went ahead and bumped my power up just a little bit, just in case I was coming in a little not as clear, and I'm sure the wind on the mountain, because I know they mentioned the wind up in the higher elevations was up this evening, so that's probably one reason why the signal may not be as strong this evening, because of the wind. But at this time, I'll see if there's any other check-ins for the net, and just I've had a good day. I took a couple days off here at the end of the month from the office, so I had to take Mom to a doctor's appointment. Then tomorrow I'm gonna be renewing my driver's license, since the driver's license is up next month, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that renewed and get everything settled with it. So I've got a couple things going this week, and tell you, it's been rainy this week as well. All right, at this time, I'll see if there's any others wishing to check in to the Holston Rag 2 net. Please call net control at this time.
Control, please check in and out. Kilo, Kilo 4, Oscar Mike Yankee.
Control, please check in. Kilo Delta 4, November Tango, Dwayne in Bristol.
Thank you, Mike. KK4 OMY, I have you in and out. Thanks for checking in this evening. And Dwayne, KD4NT, I have you checked in. Is there any others wishing to check into the Holston Rag 2 net? Please call net control at this time.
KR4 CBE, Greg and Bristol.
Net control, KQ4 IHI, in and out.
KR4CB, I have you checked in, and Paul, KQ4IHI, thanks for checking in this evening, and I have you in and out. Is there any others wishing to check into the Holston Rag 2 net? Please call net control. And as I stated a little earlier, I'll now go into the roundtable part of it, and so Ken, you'll pass it to Adam. Adam, you'll pass it to Dwayne, and Dwayne, you'll pass it to KR4CBE. All right, and the question tonight is, what is one older piece of technology that you might still have around, or you kind of wish was still around? All right, Ken, KD4WMX, go ahead.
All right, this is KD4WMX. Well, I have a portable. It's a Lenco 580, which is what I had when I first got in back in 1993, not 1893, but 1993. And it still works. It doesn't hold the frequency every time, but it still works. And I'm sure Adam's got some really been around a while.
Yeah, he broke up a little bit there. I think he was passing it to me, though. I heard my name in there. Oh, I can name several. That was my first ever HF. The first one I bought used to belong to a aunt that had lived in Marion, passed away, and then his family sold it to a guy who sold it to me. It had the remote VFO and the matching power supply and everything with it. This one, I've just got the radio and microphone. But still works pretty good. And then I would like to. I wish I still had the first HT that I ever had still working, but it went by the wayside years ago. But it was a Radio Shack model, and it was when they still put the realistic name on it. When they first came out with them, it was just a strict 2-meter radio. You couldn't even stand for me when I passed the ham test. I'd been listening on a scanner, and she got me that HT, and that was my primary. Nothing else radio for 6 or 7 years. And it worked like a charm. And the fact that it quit working was my fault. It wasn't the fault of the product. But, yeah, if I could find one of those and get that eventually get that 10-tech kind of lined up right, I'd be. That's what I like. I'll pass it on to Dwayne. This is N4NT.
Hey, Adam, thanks a lot. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Well, I don't have too much of a history other than my radios get blowed up. But anyway, I've got one radio now to my name, and it was the first radio I had, and it is Yaesu FT1000 MP Mark V. And that's about the only thing I've got in that neighborhood. All right, I'll hand it over to Greg, KD4NT.
Thank you, Dwayne, there. Let's see here. As far as, I guess, radio stuff here, I've got, this is very old. I don't know how old it is. It's old. It's a TRC 67. It was the very first CB that I got when I was younger. And then also I got a TRC 426 that both of them got the realistic names on it, as Adam was talking about there. And I had that when I was living at home. Oh gosh, I was in high school. But talked on it some, and but I was going to hook them back up until I get them running. But then I started thinking about the ham radio and went into it. So they're sitting here on the shelf. But with that being said, I will turn it back over to net control, and back to David. Back to you, David.
There. KR4 CB, and I don't have too many. I got a couple older radios that was given to me. got a couple Asden radios. They don't have. One of them had a modified tone board. It was the 2000, and they modified it, or the two. Yeah, I think it was 2000. It may have been 200. Anyway, one of the hams I got it off of, on one of them, they modified it with a tone tone on it. That's not working anymore, so I don't have them up and running, but they can. I'm sure I could hook them up, but they would they would talk. They was 2 meter only, and I still got a couple of the bow things I bought. They're still working. So with that, I'll see if there's any others wishing to check into the Thursday night Holston Ranchu net. Please call net control at this time.
Control, please check in and out. KI4NHP, and my other half, KI4NHQ. Boyce and Karen, Piney Flats, 73s to you, enjoying the net.
NHP and KI4 NHQ, have you checked in, and have you both in and out? I hope you both have a wonderful evening, and thanks for checking in. Is there any others wishing to check to the Holston Ranchu net? This is N4DTB. Since we're talking older radios, this is something that I was having a conversation with, and do you wish that I know that some of your higher end radios has the screw-in mic connector, but most of your VHF and UHF radios now has the little Ethernet jack. Do you wish they would go back to the older connector type? All right, Ken. KD4WMX. Go ahead.
Up, I'll try to answer that. I don't really care how, as long as it connects and works. I don't care which connection it has. I have both. I have the phone type connection, and I've also got the screw in. I don't care as long as it works. And since I'm breaking up, I'm going to have to make this my last one. And I will see what he says and put me in and out.
Yeah, Ken, your signal is real good. You just cut out all of a sudden. So it's like a DT switch problem. Seems like. About that. And I ran into this with my 991 versus my mobile radio. Most of us, for a base radio on 2 meter 440, use a mobile radio. And even when I had the 991 in the shack, I still had another one handy where I could monitor and stuff. What I wish they would do is use the same size plug for the mobile radios as well as like the base radios, like the 991. Even if it's a modular, it don't matter as far as screw-in. Now the screw-in, I think, held up a little bit better. These Yaesu modular plugs, I always secure the wire down to keep the putting tension on the plug itself because it starts to fray apart. But I would love it if you could just hook a desk mic to, like I'm on a FTM 7250 mobile radio right now. I'd love it if you could just plug a desk mic into that thing and be able to use it. They've come up with something to be able to do that. That's my only gripe with it, as far as that goes. And I want to make a quick mention too. I heard someone talk about one of the realistic CB radios. Kind of brought back some memories when I first got into the radio hobby in general, starting in CB. My first one was an old Midland 23 channel CB, and the microphone on it was it looked just like a handset on a telephone. And you could actually switch it to where you could hear through the handset or the front of the radio. And I got to digging around while I was waiting, and I actually found the model number of that thing because it's long gone. It's a Midland 13-886. I found it on Rig Picks. That brings back some memories. I had after that I had the Radio Shack realistic Navajo 40 channel, and then I got a Cobra 142 after that. So none of those radios exist in my inventory anymore, and I've been tempted to get ones of them off of eBay just to have sort of a shelf trophy or whatever. I've had the old D104 Silver Eagle microphone, one of them. And it had the modular, or not the modular, plug. Anyway, that's my thoughts and a little not a rebuttal, but a little additional on the first subject there. So, yeah, definitely enjoying the net, and I got my recorder going for a YouTube upload just to help spread the word and let folks know about this. Anyway, I'll pass it to Dwayne.
Thank you, Adam. Well, I don't mean to be short and sweet, but I'm like Ken. As long as it works, it doesn't matter which kind it is. But anyway, I'll pass it on to Greg, KD4NT.
This is KR4 CBE. I guess I'm going to be the oddball in the bunch. I like the screw-in type better. I mean, I got one right now that I think it is the mic. It's giving me trouble, and it was supposed to come in 2 days ago, and it still hasn't come in. I'm on the Bowfang right now, but you know, I think the others are more solid, and it seems like you would have less trouble out of them than the phone jack things there, you know. But that's what I think on that. And wow, Adam, I'll tell you what, phone receiver on a CB, never seen one. But that is definitely radio. But with that being said, I will pass it back to net controls, and back to net controls. This is the KR4 CBE. Clear.
Well, I brought that up because, and I'm with everybody else, I don't have a big preference. I do prefer the screw-on versus the modular or Ethernet plug, and I do agree with Adam though. I do think that they should have it to where if you want to use a desk mic, that it's there would be an option depending on what model it is and all that you can utilize. That it would be something that, Yaesu or ICOM, you wouldn't have to go try to find a third party that might have wired up one already, or or even if they did like a little basically a bridge, that would be a neat thing to bring out in order to help out. Now I'm on the 2000 and it's got the screw on, but I've noticed a few, especially with the Yaesus and the rubber jacket, they do tend to fray, especially in the vehicle, which that's the type of rubber that they're using. But anyway, I will let the repeater breathe, and we'll do another round of check-ins. If you're wishing to check in, please call net control at this time. The reason why I brought the first topic up just to see was there's a Netflix series that it's their final year, and it's based out of the 80s, and I noticed some I noticed something popped on the Facebook that they was bringing back some memories, and so it was that, and then also Pac-Man. It's actually his birthday today. He come out 45 years ago. So with that, I'll see if we'll go back up to Adam. And Adam, have you ever played Pac-Man? N4NT, go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely have. One quick comment too I just thought about on the little small modular plugs on these mobile radios. One thing I do like about them is if you need to extend the distance between the mic and the radio, and I have to do this on a mobile setup and I have to do this on a base setup, especially with these modular control everything from the microphone. It's basically a telephone. It's the same size and everything. You just get you some telephone wire and a barrel connector and slap it together. But yeah, got a lot of fond memories of Pac-Man. That's the first game system I ever had, was the Atari 2600, and my grandmother bought that for me for Christmas, and she and I would actually sit down and play Pac-Man against each other. It got kind of competitive to the point where she was playing practice while I was in school, just trying to beat my high score. Enjoyed playing that on Atari, and also the versions. My dad had a store, and he had the Pac-Man arcade, and my little boys play it some now. My chiropractor's got one of those game systems like Pizza Hut used to have, you know, where it was kind of flat table-like, and you sat there and on each side of it played against each other. So yeah, definitely done that a few times. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to pass it back or pass it to Dwayne. I can't remember. I've been multitasking, so my brain's scattered. So I'll just turn it loose. And Dave, if you need to jump in there or whatever we need to do, go ahead. This is N4NT.
On there, Adam, and not a problem. And we'll pass it down to Dwayne, KD4NT. Go ahead.
Thank you there, David. Well, have I played Pac-Man? Yes, I have. Long time ago. It was a pretty good game back in the day. I never did get to play on arcade games much, but when I did, I liked to play. I liked playing Pac-Man, and there was a few other ones, but well, anyway. I'll pass it on to Greg, KD4NT.
On the Pac-Man, I've played it some, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot on that. I remember the game well. I remember when they had it out in the mall, actually, in Bristol, in an arcade out there, but I never did go in there and play a whole lot. But I do remember the game. But I would like to make a comment on the mic, the mic thing there. I was looking around the internet and just looking at the 991A, and they do have a mic, on a stand like, it's an M1 mic. I don't know if I saved that or not, but it's an M1 mic that they had hooked up to a a 991A. But with that being said there, I'll turn it back to net control. And this is KR4 CBE, and we're cleared.
Answer the Pac-Man. Oh, yeah. I got playing Mrs. Pac-Man a little bit more, I think, than regular Pac-Man, but I do remember that and the older Atari. That was got one, can't remember if it was Christmas or my birthday, and yes, I played a lot of games, and of course that's one of the other hobbies I have is playing video games. So I never got really out. I didn't have some of the newer, didn't have some of the newer ones, newer game systems, but I definitely over the years have played my fair share of games. All right, at this time, I'll see if there's any others wishing to check into the Holston Right-Tune Net. Please call net control at this time. We'll pass it back to you. And what did you have for dinner this evening? N4NT, go ahead, and you can pass it down to Dwayne right after. So go ahead there, Adam.
Quick question: does this net have a Facebook?
Ask that question again, Adam. He was a little weak that go around.
Okay, I'll bump the power back a little bit there. I'm wondering if this net had a like a logo or a website or any of that stuff like the previous one.
I haven't done that yet. I'll definitely have to. I don't have a website for it yet. I've been thinking about doing that, or maybe doing some sort of social media group. But yeah, I don't have a logo right now for the net. That's a good question, and I'll have to think on that. All right, back to you there, Adam.
Okay, no problem. I will probably just find me a picture in the meantime of Holston Mountain and the wording on it there. Net recordings and trying to upload to YouTube. So I'll just do that for this one until that happens one day. Just to kind of get the word out. Listen before they jump in, kind of thing. But yeah, I actually just got done eating a little while ago. My wife went to Johnson City earlier, and she stopped by Bayou Boys restaurant down there, which is near the movie theater on Rome Street. If you haven't been there before, and she got their shrimp platter, and it's a whole lot of shrimp. And there's potatoes. Like Polish sausage and corn, and all of it's boiled in Cajun spices and tastes really good. So that's what I had. I sat here and have peeled shrimp to my heart's content, ate the vegetables and everything that goes with it. That's one of our regular go-tos. Sometimes they'll put those things on special for like $20, $25. I think regular prices are not that much more than that. So that's what she brought home, and that's what I had. But anyway, I'm gonna pass it on. I'm gonna make this my. I'm not sure if you were gonna go around another round or not, but I'm gonna have to step out because I got to get up at a little before 5 in the morning. But, everybody, and I hope y'all have a good night. And the YouTube thing, I'll probably get it done tomorrow. I've got it on a timer, and it'll record for a while and stuff, even if I go to bed. So I'll edit it tomorrow. But I hope everybody has a good night. Good day tomorrow. 7-3. This is N4NT, passing it on to Dwayne.
Thank you there, Adam. Well, I think the last question was what we had for supper tonight. Well, I had cube steak with gravy and mashed potatoes and green beans. That's what I had for supper. All right, on to you there, Greg. This is KD4NT.
Thank you there, KD4NT. What was for supper? I had mesquite chicken, grilled chicken, and green beans and mashed potatoes, and then some cucumbers and some tomato tomatoes on the side there. And with that being said, I'll send it back to David and net control. This is KR4CBE, and we're clear.
Some frozen pizza tonight, and I'll have a bag of potato chips. So that's what I had. It's not going to be a big dinner because I had a little later lunch, so didn't want to eat. I had Arby's for lunch, so didn't want to eat too big. But man, everybody had good. Everybody has made me a little hungry now. And again, thank you, Adam, and for checking in. And at this time, I'll see if there's any others wishing to check into the Holston Rack Shoe Net. Please call net control at this time.
Check.
Check in with KB2 TFW, Kilo Bravo 2, Tango Foxtrot Whiskey, Tom and Joe.
The KB 2 call, would you give me that call again?
Kilo Bravo 2, Tango Foxtrot Whiskey. My name is Tom. I'm in Jonesboro.
Well, thank you there, Tom, for checking in. I have you, KB2, Tango Foxtrot Whiskey, and had a recheck. Go ahead, recheck.
KI4 NHP, Piney Flats, Tennessee. Can you advise what time you have the net and on what days?
Oh man, next week it's normally on Thursday at 8:30, but with the Bristol Club meeting next week, and depending on what time it gets out, we may or may not have it. I have been shifting it to Friday, but I'm gonna try to have it next week. Like I said, it depends on what time the meeting lets out. So, but it's normally Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. on the 442.2 repeater. And do you have anything else?
Was in the middle of trying to put some wires together, and had a good hot soldering iron, and I didn't want to let the opportunity to go to check in with you.
Oh man, it's always good to have you check in, and we'll go down and pick up Tom, KB2 TFW. how was your day?
Pretty good. I mean, avoiding the raindrops, just out running errands, things like that, around Johnson City, Jonesboro area. I guess this repeater is back up. I think for a little while I wasn't hearing anything or getting anything on it, and it sounds like there's no tail.
I know Todd, a few months ago, his original Motorola repeater went down, and he temporarily put up his backup, the backup, which was a System Fusion, and I know that he don't like to, depending on what the power output is, he likes to back it down. So that may have been the reason why you didn't hear it for a few weeks. But he's now got another Motorola up there, and I don't remember how much he's putting out. But that may be the reason why you didn't hear the repeater. And it has a very quick squelch tail now. I do know that. All right, we'll go back up and we'll see if Dwayne has anything else for the net. Go ahead.
Hey, David, is this the 7.3 round, or did I miss something?
This is the 7.3 round.
Alright, roger that. Well, I hope everybody's doing well and, well, staying safe. I don't really have a whole bunch other than, watch out, we got weather coming. Back to net control, back to Greg, KD4NT, 7.3.
Thank you there, Dwayne, KD4NT. This is KR4CBE. Yeah, I think we got some more weather coming in, but it's supposed to warm back up next week, so hopefully it'll get warm enough where we can get outside and do some things outside. And but I've been stuck in the house here. I did go out today and got a few things for the grounding system I'm trying to put in for the radios. But that's about all I've done today. And but everybody stay safe out there. And if you go out, and especially on the roads and stuff, they're pretty slick out when the rain comes down, when it gets pretty rainy. So it's been that way for the last few days. But we want to stay safe. And David, thank you for running the net tonight. Really enjoyed it. And with that being said, I guess I'll pass it down to, I think it's Tom. I think I caught his name right. It'd be Tom. But this is KR4 CBE, Greg in Bristol, and we're clear. 73's to out.
Okay, let me see if I have it. Thank you for sending it over. You guys are all coming in 5.9. I got you loud and clear now. The last guy, I can't remember your call, sorry. You were crystal clear. I'm getting you fine. How are you getting me, net control?
In full quieting on the repeater. I've not had it. You're not having the repeater's not having any trouble hearing you. It's passing you through very nicely.
Okay. Thank you for the signal report. What's the approximate location? I mean, I'm not asking for the address, but like, what's the general location of this repeater? Where it's at?
This repeater's located on Holston Mountain. It's, I remember right, it's at 4,236 feet high. Or that's the elevation on the ground, and I know it's about 10 to 15 feet higher as the antenna. So it's located on Holston Mountain, overlooking the Bristol Motor Speedway.
it's incredible. Like I said, how clear. I mean, it sounds like you're sitting here with me. And if I'm on a Motorola CDM 1550, that's down. It's the lower split, so I can get onto amateur channels. And my antenna is a quarter wave in the room with me, magnet mounted to a safe. So for you to hear me, it's coming in really well. I'm working on getting my antennas outside. Still kind of new to the area, hence the KB2 TFW call sign. Anyway, thank you for letting me check in. I'm going to say 73s, and I'll try to check in again next week. KB2 TFW will be clear. Passing it over.
Welcome to the area there, Tom. And I tell you this, if you didn't know any better, with the type of coverage that this repeater seems to have, you would think that it was a 2 meter repeater instead of a 70 centimeter. But it does a wonderful job, and Todd he definitely checks on it and keeps it up. So, and since you're new to the area, on Sunday morning at 7 a.m. if you're up, there's the Holston Brew Crew net on Sunday morning at 7 a.m. on this repeater, and it happens every Sunday morning. So it's a great net too. So all right, I will go down and pick up KI4 NHB. Go ahead with your 7-3.
I'm just sitting here thinking about the good old days of Whiteface Johnson and how I hated I ever sold it, or I got rid of it at 8 years old. That it was a blessing to have KI4 NHB Friday.
This time I'll see if there's any other late check-ins for the net. Please call net control at this time. For DTB with the Holston Thursday Holston Rag Shoot net. And I'd like to thank everyone who checked into this evening's net, and I would also like to thank Todd Malone, KE4CCB, for the use of the 442.2 repeater. And again, this net is held every Thursday night at 8:30. And again, thank everyone who checked in, and hope everyone has a good rest of their week. Keep safe and keep dry, and I'll say 7-3 and return the repeater back to normal amateur use. 7-3 from N4 DTB.